Ever wondered why a manager in one country expects strict obedience, while in another, employees casually challenge their boss in meetings? Or why some cultures prioritize personal success, while others focus on group harmony? These differences aren't random. They're shaped by culture. Today, we're going to explore Hofstede's cultural dimensions theory, a framework that helps us understand how cultural values influence behavior across different societies, especially in workplaces. Let's listen to Alexis.
This theory was developed by Geert Hofstede in the 1970s after analyzing data from employees of a multinational company. He found that people from different countries consistently approached authority, relationships, and decision-making in very different ways. Over time, the theory was expanded and now includes 6 key cultural dimensions. Let's go through each one. First, the Power Distance Index, or PDI. This dimension looks at how a society handles inequality and authority. In cultures with high power distance, people tend to accept hierarchical structures. Leaders are expected to make decisions, and subordinates usually follow without question. On the other hand, in low power distance cultures, equality is emphasized. People feel more comfortable challenging authority, and leaders are more approachable. Next is individualism versus collectivism. This dimension focuses on whether people prioritize personal goals or group goals. In individualist cultures, independence and personal achievement are highly valued. People tend to focus on their own success. In collectivist cultures, however, group harmony and loyalty are more important. Decisions are often made with the well-being of the group in mind. The third dimension is masculinity versus femininity. Despite the names, this isn't about gender, but about values. Masculine cultures emphasize competition, achievement, and success. Feminine cultures, on the other hand, value cooperation, care for others, and quality of life. It reflects whether a society is driven more by competition or by compassion. The fourth dimension is the Uncertainty Avoidance Index, or UAI. This describes how comfortable people are with uncertainty and ambiguity. High uncertainty avoidance cultures prefer clear rules, structure, and predictability. They tend to avoid risks. Low uncertainty avoidance cultures are more open to change, more flexible, and more willing to take risks. The fifth dimension is long-term versus short-term orientation. This was added later through further research. Long-term oriented cultures focus on the future. They value persistence, adaptability, and long-term rewards. Short-term oriented cultures focus more on the present or the past. They value traditions, social obligations, and quick results. Finally, the sixth dimension is indulgence versus restraint. This dimension looks at how societies manage desires and enjoyment. Indulgent cultures allow relatively free gratification of human desires, such as enjoying life and having fun. Restrained cultures, on the other hand, control gratification through strict social norms and place more emphasis on discipline.
Over time, Hofstede's model evolved. It started with just 4 dimensions, but was later expanded to 6 with contributions from other researchers like Michael Bond and Michael Minkoff. The theory also moved beyond workplace studies and is now used to understand education, communication, leadership, and even consumer behavior. Still, the model has its limitations. It generalizes entire cultures and may not reflect individual differences or changes over time. Culture is complex and constantly evolving. Even so, Hofstede's cultural dimensions theory remains a useful tool for understanding cultural differences. It helps us navigate interactions in a globalized world with greater awareness and respect. And ultimately, That awareness can make communication across cultures not just easier, but more meaningful. Learn something new from this video. Follow us for more in our marketing series.